Okay, so this is I think this is the third week of using Vibrant in my tank. Some odd things have happened. There's a lot of slime just kind of leaching off of various corals, and I think it's just getting stuck. So here, I'll show you. It's a big old thing of stuff hanging off of a colt coral, which doesn't normally throw that kind of thing. Then if we go over here back to the acro, there's some more of it back there. I see some back here against this acro. The big old string of it back there. So, you know, my question really is, what is going on in here? And I don't really care, you know, if it does something like this temporarily, no problem. But the biggest issue I've seen is that I have a hang-on back filter, and I use a mechanical sponge in 2 Chemipure blue bags. And the last 2 days I've come home and they have like literally jumped themselves out of the hang-on back and fallen down onto the coral. So usually I have the mechanical filter at the bottom. Well, to try to keep those from falling, I reversed that. And then here I come home to find, you know, that mechanical sponge is risen all the way to the top. It wants to fall out too. So, like, alright, something weird is going on. And here's what I'm noticing. And keep in mind, this Vibrant's like the only thing aside from coral aminos, which I've dosed before, it's really changed in this tank. I pull this up and look at this. It's popped up out of the water. So I'm thinking, alright, well, push it back down. Well, it doesn't stay down. Now this was a brand new mechanical filter like last week. And watch this. This thing, first off, probably weighs 5 pounds. And look how slowly the water is dripping out the bottom. See that slime? It's logged with slime. And so, frankly, in my mind, like, this thing's toast. This filter is just toast. I took it out, and now look at the tank. All that same stuff is just floating around everywhere. Now, you know, of course my ATO is going crazy because I just took that much water volume out. So that's an unfortunate thing. I gotta stop that, actually. But that's that. Now I go down into here. These were new as of a week ago. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But just so you know, this outside coating is completely covered in slime. I don't think there's any way you can visually see it. But that's kind of what's going down. So I am not entirely sure of the best approach here. The other thing I have in there is phosphate remover, completely covered in slime. Completely covered in slime. I mean, I guess for me, I wonder, I feel like this has to be the vibrant. And so the question is, is that normal? Is this good? Should we expect it? Especially if you have a lot of bubble algae. I did have some bubble algae. It wasn't the worst case that you'd see. Let me give you a kind of a quick tour, and I very much apologize for the terrible video. But here, look at all this right now. I took that out and all this crap. This is not detritus. This is slime. And I don't know where it's coming from. So anyway, you look down from my prior video. There's some spots that are a little better. Some, like this one, there's more of the bubbles have turned like a whitish clear. Some back in there. Some down here. I mean, it's still there, but it's definitely changed color in a way. I think it's probably on its way out. Let's see. Still have some up in that area there. I don't have significant amounts of bubble. Still a little bit on the on this frag or on this rock. I move some of the rocks around, which doesn't help. But I think what I'm really trying to show is, it does not seem to be, to me anyway, algae. I just don't know what it is. What is this stuff? Maybe it is bubble algae. That kind of looks like a floating bubble. Is it diatoms? I don't think I have diatoms. So I'm curious. Now, the other thing I'm curious about is I noticed last week that my alkalinity had dropped to like 6.3. And there's a definite reason why that could have been my fault, due to holding old mixed salt water too long and then topping off with that. So probably my fault. But with this going on, and the fact that I think this is the vibrant, it sure makes me wonder, are other people getting alkalinity drops? And potentially, pH lights on right there in my semi, pH drops. And so, I've recovered the alkalinity at this point through slow dosing, water change. Still going to do more. So yeah, just stuff in this tank is just not happy when this happens. And I mean, again, this thing is still really heavy. I mean, usually these things lose all their water real quick. This thing just starts sliming out. I mean, I can't keep that in the tank, and I don't know. Maybe the key is to not run filtration. It didn't say that on the box. So I'm curious. What are you guys seeing in your tanks? Are you seeing this with Vibrant too? Is that the only real thing that you've dosed? I mean, it's even collecting back on the heater now. Those are just like white bubbles. It just seems like something's off. So anyways, that's the situation, and I'm excited to hear feedback from others who have, gone through something similar or did this and didn't see the problems, like, I'd like to know, what am I doing wrong? My parameters are normal 1.026, nitrate, nitrite, pretty much indetectable. Same for ammonia. Alkalinity, like I said, about a week and a half ago was at 6.3. I've been slowly getting it up. It's about 8.6 now. Let's see. Haven't tested phosphates. Calcium. It was, I think, around like 450 before I started more heavily dosing, so I would guess it's probably near 500 now with that 8.6 DKH alkalinity. So, and I have not tested magnesium. So it's interesting. I don't know if if it's causing things on the corals to fall apart, or if the algae is falling apart and just getting stuck and strung around the tank. Would really like to know, and I guess at this point time will tell. I'm going to do another big water change this weekend and see, you know, if we get any changes in the tank. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.